was weird. Tried to speak and then my voice just cut off. God damn. Hello and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
I'm Jess.
Did you just giggle?
Yeah.
Okay. Jess, what are your thoughts on Oreos?
I mean, they're okay. I like them when you get the white stuff out and you crush them up and mix them with butter and they're like the bottom layer of ice cream cake.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
because
what I like.
the reason I ask is that every time Oreos come up in conversation with, just randomly, I guess, people are like obsessed with them.
I noticed that.
Right?
It's like most amazing cookie and meh. It's
Yeah,
just
and me too. I've always been like, it's not bad. Like, it's not a fantastic cookie if you ask me. It's great in like ice cream or at the bottom of like a cake.
Uh-huh.
But
the middle part's pretty garbage. I don't like. I'm not into like straight sugar.
So, Mom went shopping when I was quarantined, and I asked her to get me some cookies because I just had a craving.
Uh-huh.
And she brought me Oreos.
Oh.
And that was
Yeah.
probably, like, other than raisin cookies or oatmeal cookies or something, Oreos would probably be, like, last on my list of cookies.
Even those cookies, like, that Granny liked, like, it's kind of like Oreo, but has, like, a raspberry jam in the middle.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
pop.
Yeah.
Oh, people cookies.
I'd rather have those.
Yeah.
But, so, I've been eating them.
Okay.
Because they're here now, and Mother's not going to eat them, so it's up to me.
You dip them in milk?
No, because we don't often have a good amount of milk, because our fridge has been fucked up.
What the?
Yeah, it, like, hasn't been cold enough, so we've just been buying really small things of milk, so that it doesn't, like, go bad and go to waste.
What's the landlord going to do about that?
We just got a new fridge yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, but basically that's why I haven't been eating it with milk. It's because we've been saving the milk that we do have for, like, cereal or whatever.
Sure.
So I've been eating these Oreos, and they're growing on me.
Oh, really?
Like, I was eating them at first kind of just out of spite, like, these fucking suck, and just eating them. They don't suck, but I was, like, disappointed, you know?
You just want the sugar chocolatey taste.
I wanted, like, the Chips Ahoy, like, the soft, chewable cookies.
I fucking hate those.
Those are so good.
They're too sweet.
So I've been...
They're a little bit less sweet. Sorry. A little bit less sweet, maybe a little bit more buttery. It'll be tasty.
Oh, but shortbread cookies, though? Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But the best cookies are those fucking Christmas cookies that are, like, super soft with the icing on top.
Sugar cookies?
I think you know which ones I mean. They're, like, the ones that are, when you go into Walmart during Christmas time and they're, like, shaped like little trees, or they've got icing on them. They're super soft when you bite them.
Oh! I think Walmart has those cookies.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to hunt for those.
Yeah.
But
Soft
anyway.
White cookies with icing. Yeah.
So I've been eating the Oreos.
Okay. Oreos.
And the more I eat them, the better they get. So I don't know if there's something, like, addictive in them, but...
Yeah, it's called sugar.
I've been scarfing them down. And I might buy more.
Ooh. Oh,
when they're done.
favorite cookie is homemade chocolate chip.
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, you can't beat homemade chocolate chip. Nothing
No.
can beat that.
Nope.
Anyway, that was my little Oreo story.
Nice.
Do you have any updates from this week?
I think I might have a couple.
Okay.
I'll give you one.
All right.
My Amazon account was hacked.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
So I went
god.
on, and I saw like a weird email underneath my name. I'm like, that's not mine. And I started panicking.
What the
So
fuck?
I logged out and I tried logging back in, but didn't recognize my email or my phone number. Panic. Frick.
So what'd you do? What happened?
So I called the number that's supposed to help.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't recover password or whatever. And yeah, the lady helped. She seemed like she would rather be doing anything other than her job.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like she had a super bored voice, slightly irritated,
What?
like that.
Ugh,
Whatever. I don't
that's
know
so
what's happening
frustrating.
with her.
I guess,
know.
but still.
It is like at least she helped. Like she got it done. Like she said, maybe 48 hours to help, and it was way less than 12.
Okay,
Where
they
they
probably
managed to fix
they
it.
probably give like
Yeah.
a lot of extra time just to be
a lot
safe.
of it's happening.
Um,
Yeah. Took her a while like to convince her that I didn't get any email telling me that the passwords changed or nothing.
oh, that
So I
you
was, like,
didn't like
going
click
through
on
my
some spam
emails.
email.
Yeah, I went through my spam, went through my trash, went through my regular. I couldn't find it. She kept insisting that I find it, and I'm like, I can't find it. It's not there. I don't have it.
Maybe that's why she had such a tood, because she like
Oh,
thought
she
you were
fired me
lying to
right away.
her or something.
Right when
what?
she answered. Because I was on hold for like 15 minutes.
Oh,
And then she had like a huge tone. Maybe it was the last customer was rude.
maybe. I imagine it's not an easy job.
No. Any customer service job is hard because customers, a lot of them are assholes.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you have your account back now and everything? Everything's good?
Yeah. Kind of scared because like my MasterCard's being compromised and Johnny's Visa is being compromised, like that info, so I'm like keeping an eye on it.
Wait, you didn't cancel them?
Cancel my cards?
Yeah.
What we're supposed to do?
This never happened to me, so I don't know what you're supposed to do, but it sounds like, yeah, if
Like
you're
I'm
not
like
sure
keeping
about
an
it,
eye on the
you should,
transactions.
hmm.
And if I like catch something I don't like that I didn't do, I would just call and dispute it.
I think it can get more complicated than that. It can lead to like identity theft and
What?
yeah, so your safest bet would probably be to cancel the card, let the bank know it was compromised, and they'll send you a new one.
Okay. Do I have to go into the bank and say that I want to cancel it?
I think you can do it online
Oh.
with the online banking. Because they've moved a lot of their processes online now just because of COVID. So I'm pretty sure that there's a way to do it. If you go to like your accounts and then choose your MasterCard, then I think there's an option that's like deactivate this card.
Oh, okay.
But
Goodness.
yeah, look into it. You can probably
Yeah.
like message them as well.
Yeah. Ask what I should do.
And ask, yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. That's. Oh, panic.
Yeah.
More.
And it'll give you that peace of mind, even if it's not something you have to do. At least you won't be
Yeah.
worrying about it all the time.
True. Goodness.
Well, that's actually pretty dramatic. What are we drinking today, Jess?
I have chai tea, otherwise known
Yum.
as TT.
Otherwise known as what?
TT.
What do you mean TT?
His chai means tea.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Something so lame.
Ah, I have a honey lemon green tea.
Nice.
I was feeling green tea today. I don't often feel green tea, but
Me neither.
yeah, I need the hard shit, usually. But today I was like not feeling the best, so I was like maybe green tea will do me some good.
Yeah.
It's not COVID, I was just feeling fatigued.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I think that's a symptom of COVID, but it's not that. It's because I'm a lazy asshole and I didn't move all day, so that's why. Fuck. Where did we leave off our characters, Jess?
Corn Half-Hand arrives with grave news of the wildling army. Mormont grants him a few men to distract the wildlings while the rest of the force head back to the wall to prepare for war. Corin chooses John as one of his men to take.
Ooh, drama. John's going to war. I'm done.
Tyrion plots with Varys to sneak Shay into the castle to work as a handmaiden.
Shay's coming to the castle. She's gonna be a handmaiden. I wasn't done. Sorry. I'm done now.
Cat stays in River Run while Edmure and the Tully main forces fend off the Lannister armies.
Fending off the Lannister armies. They ain't getting into the River Run.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. Alright, let's get into this shit. Can you believe how far along in the book we are now?
Yeah, I just noticed just like yesterday that we're pretty far and they're almost done.
Yeah, we're like 3/4 of the way through. Damn, I feel like we just started this one.
Mm.
But also that we've been reading it for 10 years.
Yeah.
It sounded like you choked.
A little bit.
Chapter 46 is Bran.
Yeah.
And it's an actual dramatic Bran chapter.
Yeah, it's pretty
Holy shit.
exciting.
Stuff's actually going down. Alright. Bran awakens as Summer, his direwolf, because we know that's a thing that he does. And he awakens to the sound of clinking in the night. He gets up and howls, and his brother Shaggy Dog comes near. Bran/Summer smells strangers. He and Shaggy run towards the sound, but they can't get through the gate out of the Godswood. He hears a type of voice or whisper in his head that tells him there is a way out. Climb the tree. Would that be Bran in Summer's head then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he used to climb those.
Mm-hmm. So
Breathe.
Bran/Summer goes to the tree and remembers the feeling of climbing, but knows that wolves can't climb. They hear barking from the dogs and the scent of dangers all around. Desperate and angry, Bran/Summer rushes at the tree. He manages to scrabble up to the lower branches, but falls, and that's when Bran wakes up in bed. He calls for Summer, acknowledging that Jojen was right about him being a beastling. He hears the dogs and knows that the sea is here, just as Jojen saw in his dream. Bran pulls himself up and shouts for help. But there is no one, not even a guard at his door anymore, because Sir Roderick had taken every man of fighting age to Torrhen's Square, which is under attack. And we know that that's the distraction that Theon set up. So it clearly worked. Bran shouts out his window for Hodor, Osha, anyone, but then the door bursts open. It's fucking Theon himself. And he's all like, I'm the Prince of Winterfell now, beach. He tells Bran he must yield Winterfell to Theon and command his people to serve and obey him. And he leaves, telling Bran someone will come to dress him. Maester Luwin shows up sometime later and tells Bran that they swam the moat. I didn't know Winterfell had a moat, so that's cool. Did you know Winterfell had a moat?
No.
It has a moat. Fun facts.
Frozen moat.
Right? Wouldn't it be frozen? Apparently it's not.
Dang.
Yeah, it's not frozen, which will be revealed in a later on chapter, but yeah. In a chapter next episode, it becomes obvious that the moat is not frozen. Yeah, so they swam the moat, climbed the walls with hook and rope, and killed Alabelli at the gate. So that's one of the guys that Jojen saw dead in his dream, the guy who got really freaked out when Bran, told him to avoid water.
Uh-huh.
And he's dead now.
Man.
Yes. Maester Luwin had time to send off a raven to White Harbor before they burst in on him, though, so maybe that'll come to help them out in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where's White Harbor, though? Who's there?
Fuck.
Who's at White Harbor?
Okay, White Harbor. Where is this? Ooh. It's down by Moat Cailin in Oldcastle.
Okay.
Ooh.
I have my book right here. I don't know why I'm not looking too.
What are you doing?
I'm just like waiting for you to tell me where it is. Let's see.
It's on
Where
the
are
other
you?
side of where Iron Islands is.
Oh, there it is. Okay. That's pretty close to Winterfell, so that could
Yeah.
be helpful.
Yeah.
There are other places that are closer, but I feel like those places are already, like, their forces are helping Robb and shit already, so
Yeah.
they won't have anyone to come help. Okay. Maester Luwin helps Bran dress, and Bran tells him that Theon wants him to yield the castle. Luwin tells him there's no shame in that. He must protect his people, however he can. An Iron Man comes for them, with Rickon, and leads them out. They're joined by Mira, Jojen, and the Freys on their way to the hall, all escorted by Iron Men as well. Iron Man. As they cross the yard, Bran can hear the direwolves howling and hopes Summer wasn't hurt. Oh my god, I can't English. And hopes Summer wasn't hurt by his fall from the tree. In the hall, Theon is in the high seat of the Starks. The castle folk are stood in small groups around the hall, all silent. Maester Luwin introduces the Reeds and the Freys to Theon, while others are being dragged into the hall, including Osha and Mikken the Smith, and a girl named Palla, whose clothes have been torn and is walking as if she's in pain. So, clearly raped.
Ooh.
Septon Chael tries to help Palla walk, but gets knocked to the floor by one of the Iron Men. He can't even help her without getting his ass beat.
Jesus.
What the fuck, man? The last man escorted in is Reek, who introduces himself and explains why he's a prisoner of the Starks to Theon. Theon then addresses the crowd, but Mikken the Smith shouts insults at him and gets hit. Theon tells Bran to speak, and Bran tells everyone he has yielded Winterfell and commands everyone to do as Theon says. But Mikken is not having it. He shouts objections until eventually one of the Iron Men stabs him through the neck with a spear. So that's Mikken dead, and he was another one that Jojen saw in his dream.
Goodness.
Yeah, even Hodor gets beat up just for saying Hodor. And it makes me really fucking angry that anyone would hurt my pure boy, Hodor. How
Right?
fucking dare you put your hands on him?
Exactly.
Ugh. Theon proclaims his lordship, and Reek says that Stark's lords will fight Theon. He needs men, and he offers himself into Theon's service. Theon accepts, and Reek swears his obedience. Interesting. So Reek and Theon getting close. Osha also offers her service, which Theon also accepts after she, like, elbows some Iron Man in the face for trying to grab her or whatever, and he's like, huh, you're tough, I like that. No one else pledges their service, and they are all dismissed with a warning to do their work and make no trouble. Hodor, who is badly beaten and sobbing, carries Bran back to bed. And that is that chapter. So, I summarized it, like, a lot.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot more details, but not anything I found super important. But it is a dramatic chapter, the first dramatic Bran chapter since I think the start of this book.
Oh goodness, and we're like at the final quarter.
Yeah. Am I wrong? It is the first one with action in it, right?
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so Winterfell is taken by Theon. That is that. Any thoughts?
Nope, not in this chapter.
Okay.
Not in this
It's pretty
one.
straightforward. It's like
It is.
not too much to debate about.
No.
Alright, so let's move on. Winterfell's taken. We get it.
Cool.
Chapter
Oh my
47
God.
is Arya. Arya is in the kitchen with Hot Pie, who is making tarts. She wants one, but Hot Pie won't let her have one. They are for Sir Amory. This is the guy who killed Yoren, I believe.
Oh.
Which is why Arya hates his guts.
Okay.
So she suggests to Hot Pie that they spit on the tarts. But Hot Pie doesn't like that idea either. But that is so Arya, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the black of night, and Hot Pie doesn't think Arya should be here. Pink Eye might wake and find her gone, and then she'll be in trouble. But Arya says he never wakes. By the way, Pink Eye is the guy who replaced Wheeze. His real name is Mebble, but they call him Pink Eye for his runny eyes.
Ew.
But also, what kind of name is Mebble?
What is it?
Mebble. Mebble.
Oh,
That sounds like something you
that's
would name your, like, pet turtle.
a...
Am I wrong?
No.
It's kind of cute. It's like a name for a small animal.
Yeah, it is.
Mebble. It sounds like a cartoon character.
Ugh.
But yeah, they call him Pink Eye for his runny eyes. And again, I just want to point out that there are so many insignificant characters that get these interesting character traits that help make
Yeah.
them so memorable,
Mhm.
and they aren't even like part of the plot.
Not at all.
So it's like I don't
Just all these people everywhere.
yeah.
So many.
I admire George R. Martin's ability to come up with these little quirks for like all these little side characters.
Yeah.
And it makes them so they like aren't some insignificant plot device that you forget as soon as you finish the chapter. They actually like last in your mind,
Mhm.
even though they only do like one thing and you never hear from them again.
Hey, you might hear from them again in another book.
Yeah, this is true.
You're like, oh, I remember this guy.
Exactly, and then you would remember because he's the fucking pink eye guy with a name that belongs to a turtle. Maybe that's why he does it, because he like never really knows if he's gonna bring back characters in the future.
What?
So he's like, I gotta make every character significant. Yeah, but this kind of thing makes me wonder if this is something he had to learn himself, like when he began writing, or if it kind of came naturally to him from the start,
Hmm. That's interesting.
right? My guess would be that it comes naturally just because of how organic it feels in the writing.
His style of writing too.
Yeah. But he also could have just practiced it a lot.
True.
It takes a lot of work to make something learned feel natural. I just think it's so interesting. It's the first time I've like really noticed something like this in a work of fiction.
Is it?
Do you notice a lot of side characters in other books that have like
Well,
super standout quirks?
I don't recall because I haven't really read books in a long time.
So, I pride myself on my main characters being three-dimensional with strong voices and many flaws, but I know that I definitely don't pay as much attention to my side characters who don't really have as
No.
much of a purpose.
Yeah. Like, why would you though?
Right? But it's interesting. It makes them stand out and it makes them non-forgettable, which I do think is important because there should be a reason that they're there. And if they're just easily forgettable, why wouldn't you have a memorable character do whatever they were doing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could definitely learn something from George here.
You could be creating a world where you're gonna come back to characters.
Yeah.
Maybe after a couple of books. Might as well, I guess. Make every single one believable.
Yeah. That too. It just like it makes the world feel more real
Yeah.
and it's not just some throwaway character. Anyway, I'm learning and it's something I'm working on in my current piece.
Ooh.
Stephen King was right when he says to be a writer, you not only have to write a lot, but you have to read a lot too.
Ooh.
To learn. Reading is so important if you want to write.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Also, random book suggestion if you haven't read it. On Writing by Stephen King.
Oh?
Yeah, it's a super fascinating look into like his process of writing, but also just includes some of his like life stories. But even if you aren't a writer and you don't care to be a writer, it's just so interesting to kind of dig into how it works for him and like the different things that make writing good or make writing not good.
Hmm.
It's interesting. It's a really easy
Yeah.
read too.
Ooh, really?
Mhm.
That's different for Stephen King.
Yeah. I feel like in his fiction he gets a lot more like heavy-handed with his writing, but
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently in his nonfiction, it's not like that.
Ooh.
Back to A Clash of Kings. As Hot Pie and Arya are chatting, they hear two blasts of a war horn. Someone is either coming in or going out of the castle. Arya wants to go see what's happening, but Hot Pie is not interested. So she steals a tart on her way out. Classic Arya. Most of the castle was awakened by the horn. Men are coming out into the ward to see what the commotion is about. Riders are coming in under the portcullis. Portcullis. That sounds right. Portcullis. And it's the Bloody Mummers. You can tell by their zorses. It's a plunder. There are carts and wagons filled with weapons, food, and animals. One wagon even has a cage with a bear in it.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, what?
Whoa.
Did they just randomly find this bear, or did it, like, belong to whatever village they were plundering?
I can't imagine a village holding a bear.
Right?
I wonder if they found it. They're like, oh, that's how they find the cat.
How did they catch a
What the hell?
bear?
Exactly.
Maybe they just lured it into the cage with, like, some meat or something? I don't know, but... There's also a column of people, captives, who are tied together. Arya recognizes some of their sigils on their armor. They are Northmen, Robb's men. Vargo Hoat, a sellsword, and one of the Bloody Mummers, I'm assuming, tells Sir Amory that these people were captured when Roose Bolton tried to cross the river, but Bolton got away. So, is this Bolton's second battle that he's lost?
I think so.
He's losing a bunch of battles, huh?
I think the first battle he lost, they didn't think he was gonna win. He was just there to
Hold them off, kind of thing.
like distract the main Lannister army
Okay.
while Robb snuck around.
Right. Yeah, it had me wondering if maybe he's trying to, like, sabotage Robb's cause. Or just, like, losing all these battles. The captives are herded off to the dungeons. Arya spots Pink Eye, so she gets the fuck out of there, because if he spots her out of bed, she's in trouble. She heads to the armory, where she spots Gendry beating out a breastplate. Yeah, he is. He can beat out my breastplate.
Whoa.
Yep. Every time she, like, walks in on him in the armory, he's always described as, like, hot and sweaty and, like,
Rippling muscles.
and rippling muscles, and I'm like, damn. Okay, Gendry. Yeah. She recognizes that he's strong as she watches his muscles be all muscly. Ooh. Arya tells Gendry what happened and says he has to help her free the Northmen. Gendry just kind of laughs and questions her for a plan, but she doesn't really have one. So to him, it doesn't seem possible, and he's also just not that interested. Arya suggests escaping to Winterfell if they get the Northmen free, but Gendry doesn't really see the difference between sweating here or sweating there. He's like, I'm gonna be doing the same shit either way, so why would I, like, risk my life?
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Yep.
Arya tries another tactic. She says the queen will catch Gendry if he stays, but Gendry is not convinced the queen actually wants him. Arya is pissed, and she leaves. Arya feels useless and cowardly. She realizes Jaqen makes her feel brave again. She had been avoiding him. She thinks it must have taken dark magic to make Wheeze's dog turn against him. So, Wheeze's dog did kill Wheeze.
Yeah, I wrote that down too. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
What the hell? What did he do?
Right?
You think he knows magic? Well, like, other than...
Okay, spoiler. I'm gonna have to bleep that out until we get to that. Well, we do know he knows some magic, but maybe he, like, fed the dog something weird, or maybe he did just put a spell on it. Like, who knows? I don't know what he's capable of. We are supposed to be... Sorry?
Is it interested to learn?
Yeah, I think we are supposed to be unsure at this point, so.
Mhm.
Arya remembers that Jaqen was in a cell when she first met him, which means he's done something horrible. Jaqen owes Arya one more death. She knows the last death has to count because it's the last one, and also because Chiswick and Wheeze had not been very important. Yeah, at least she's learned.
Mhm.
Learned her lesson. Arya heads to the Godswood, where she finds her hidden sword, a broom with the bristles broken off. She had been practicing her drills at night with it. How resourceful, Arya.
It's cute.
She looks at the horrible face on the weirwood tree and wonders if that's what gods look like. She then decides to try praying, and she prays to get the men out of the dungeon, to kill Sir Amory, and to not be afraid ever. Aw. She thinks about how much her father used to pray, but it hadn't helped him in the end. Arya scolds the tree out loud, until a voice says the gods shouldn't be mocked. She jumps to her feet and grabs her sword, but it's just Jaqen H'ghar. He wants to know the last name so his task can be done, but Arya starts questioning him. How did he get the dog to kill Wheeze? Are Rorge and Biter his demons from hell? Is Jaqen H'ghar his real name? He says some men have many names. For example, Weasel, Ari, Arya. Arya, shocked. He knows who she is. I'm not shocked. That's just, yeah. I feel like he knows everything.
Yeah, he knows a lot.
Arya then thinks that maybe the gods sent him to answer her prayers. She tells Jaqen she wants him to help her free the Northmen. But he's like, that's not how this works. He will kill one more for her. That's it. If she wants a guard dead, then sure, but that'll be all. Arya asks if she can name anyone at all, which Jaqen confirms. She asks him to swear, and he does. So Arya says a name. Jaqen H'ghar. I told you she would say his name!
Yeah.
All my predictions are coming true. At least for Arya.
Well, you've seen the show.
I didn't remember that part at all.
Oh, really?
You know I don't remember anything. Jaqen's basically like Hardy Har. He thinks she's joking. But she reminds him that he swore any name would do. When he can't get her to change her mind, he suggests she change the name if he helps her free the Northmen. She agrees, and so the plan is on. How clever.
Mm-hmm.
Good for her. Jaqen tells Arya to go to the kitchens and help make broth. So she heads there, being like, what the fuck do we need broth for? And she tells the chief cook that the Lord wants broth. Which Lord? No idea.
Yeah.
They're already making broth, so Arya just helps cook it. She considers telling Hot Pie, who is there, what's happening with Jaqen, but decides against it. He'll just yield again like he did last time.
Yep.
Oh, Hot Pie. Then Rorge, Biter, and Jaqen arrive, and they take the broth, despite the cook's protests that it isn't ready. Arya goes with them as they head to the Widow's Tower. They get past the guards by saying the broth is for the prisoners. Down in the dungeons are 8 guards, and Jaqen, Rorge, and Biter heave their kettles of hot broth onto the guards. Then they kill the guards and free the prisoners. One lord with a mailed fist on his surcoat introduces himself as Robert Glover.
Ooh.
Jaqen introduces himself, Rorge, and Biter, and he's about to introduce Arya, but she quickly butts in that she's Weasel, afraid that Jaqen would reveal who she really is. She doesn't want Rorge or Biter to overhear her true identity. Very smart.
Mm-hmm.
They climb back out of the dungeons, and fighting ensues. Jaqen pulls Arya aside, and she takes back his name. She asks if she still gets a third death, but Jaqen points around her at all the dead. And he's like, you're greedy, huh?
Yeah.
He's like, the debt is paid, girl. And she's like, alright, fine. Jaqen then says it's time for him to die. Arya's confused since she unsaid his name, but he says his time is done. He then passes a hand over his face and he transforms. His long straight hair is gone, replaced by black curls, and his face becomes someone else's, with a scarred cheek and a hooked nose. I'm kind of sad that, like, hot Jaqen is gone. I'm so shallow.
Mm.
Arya is stunned. She asks who he is and how he did that. She wants to learn. He says she must come with him across the narrow sea if she wants to know, but she can't. She has to go home to Winterfell. He gives her a coin and tells her if the day comes that she wants to find him, she can give the coin to any man from Bravos and say the words Valar Morghulis.
Valar Morghulis?
There you go. Valar Morghulis. Say it again.
Valar Morghulis.
Valar Morghulis.
Morghulis.
What is
Morghulis.
the matter with me?
Come on, you've heard this so many
I've
times.
heard it a million times. Valar. Maybe I need to say it with an accent. Valar Morghulis.
Hey, it's much better.
Was it? Or was that a /s?
No, it's true.
Oh, good.
You were butchering it before now.
Wow, thanks. Okay, well, maybe if you knew how to say butcher, then I'd listen to you.
Fuck off.
Then Jaqen bounces.
These bitches.
Arya returns to bed and says her names, adding Valar Morghulis at the end of her list. Hey, I did it. In the morning, Pink Eye tells them Harrenhal has been taken. The new lord will arrive today with his whole host. Arya spends the day cleaning blood off the stone as bodies are dragged away. She hears whispers about weasel soup as she works. So, people clearly have some idea that she was involved.
Yep.
The new master of Harrenhal arrives at Evenfall. He's plain-faced, and his squire tells everyone to kneel for the Lord of Dreadfort. So this is Roose Bolton, then.
Yeah.
Rorge drags Arya over to the Lord and tells him that she's the weasel who made the soup. The Lord asks how old she is and whether she's fond of animals. That seems random.
Mm-hmm.
She tells him she's 10 and she likes some animals. He says not lions, it would seem. Heh heh heh, because the Lannisters are lion. He then asks for her real name, as he knows it can't be Weasel. She tells him Nymeria, or Nan for short. He then makes her his cupbearer, and she will serve him at table and in chambers. He ushers her off to be made presentable, and the banners above the gatehouse are replaced by the flayed man of the Dreadfort and the dire wolf of Stark. That evening, a page named Nan, Arya, pours Roose Bolton's wine as Sir Amory is marched naked through the middle ward. He pleads and sobs until he's tossed down into the bear pit. Arya thinks that the bear is all in black, like Yoren. So
Ooh.
she's she's kind of thinking of this punishment as Yoren's revenge.
Yeah.
He's just gonna get fucking killed by a bear in a pit. Damn. And that's the end of that chapter.
Yeah, so like in the show, this doesn't happen, right? She serves under Tywin Lannister
What?
instead of Roose. Yeah.
Wait,
It's so
how? They're on
different.
different sides.
Right? That's not, I don't quite remember exactly how she got up there, but she served under Tywin.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Bruh.
Goodness
What?
me.
I'm so confused.
I also noticed that maybe she possibly didn't need to like waste her final death on these guards because it was an obvious like sting operation. Like they were going to escape any. It was Roose was going to come in. The mummers were definitely in with them.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Read the chapter.
Stop. Slow
The
down.
mummers.
Slow down. You're blowing my fucking mind right now. What?
When the battle was happening with like Jaqen and them, the mummers were also fighting against the Lannisters. And
What?
there was like a whole team.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. It was a whole ploy to get Roose Bolton to take the
Ah,
castle.
ah.
I guess the only good thing that came out of that is that it brought Arya up in the ranks to be the little
Little page girl.
Nan. Nan
Bro,
Page.
what the fuck? I didn't catch that at all.
Oh my gosh, you shouldn't read it. I was like, what? She wasted her final wish.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's pretty cool though.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's gonna become like more clear later on, like if someone's gonna say something.
Possibly.
I did not even notice the bloody mummers helping. Or if I did, I probably just put it off as them like just choosing the winning side or something.
Yeah, probably.
Bruh! What the
But
fuck?
they did. Yeah.
I completely missed that.
Goodness.
Wow, I'm actually kind of mind blown right now. Oh man, but that she did waste her last thing. No, no.
She could have whispered Joffrey. He would
She
have been
could have
off.
said Joffrey. She could have said Tywin.
Cersei.
She could have said Cersei. Fuck. She needs to go save Jack and Hagar's life again somehow and get some more wishes. Some more
Yeah.
death wishes. Wow. Fuck.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that completely changes that chapter for me, so
Mhm.
that's cool.
I'm kind of interested to know how they they escape if they do escape, because in the show, this final death name was used to get them to escape. Hot Pie and Gendry and Arya.
Oh.
So like he killed the guards at the gate and they all took off.
What?
Yeah.
But now she's still in Harrenhal.
Yeah, now surfing under another lore.
What the hell? This is so different.
It is. This is pretty intriguing.
Whoa. I really need to watch the show again. Which
Well,
we are doing.
We are.
For those who don't already know, a little plug for our Patreon right now. We are forcing our brother Eric to watch Game of Thrones, which he hates.
Yep.
So it's pretty hilarious.
It is. He has so much to say.
Yeah. He's very critical of it.
Yeah.
So we have 2 mini episodes up on our Patreon right now. One of them is... Did Johnny... Oh my god. What is happening? Oh!
He's dying. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oh, you laugh? Oh goodness. It's a sneezing allergy.
Damn.
Yeah, he's got a dad sneeze already.
Wow. It's not over.
No.
Yeah, so we have 2 mini episodes up on our Patreon right now. One of them is clips from when we were watching it and Eric's commentary. And the other one is like a after watching interview where Eric spells out all his thoughts about what he liked and mostly what he disliked.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I wonder if eventually he'll
Change
switch
his mind.
sides. Yeah,
That's what I want to know.
me
Maybe
too.
it'll take a few seasons of like just watching it over and over.
Yeah, I feel like it would take a long time because he's very stubborn.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, moving on. Chapter 48 is Daenerys.
Woo.
Woo! Dany arrives at the House of the Undying Ones to meet Pyat Pree, the Warlock. She has her blood riders, Zarozone Daxos, Jorah, and Drogon with her. Everyone is telling her this is a bad idea, but she does not listen. This sounds familiar.
Typical Dany.
Fucking hell, Dany. Dany goes along... excuse me, let me try that again. Dany goes alone with Pyat Pree to the entrance of the House of the Undying Ones, which is an ancient ruin. The Warlock tells her the front way leads in, but never out again. Dany must take the door directly to her right in every room, and if she comes across a stairwell, she must go up but never down. He tells her she may see visions as well. She can answer them or ignore them, as long as she does not stray from her path. So, Dany thinks she will come, or find some kind of truth inside the House of the Undying Ones, I guess, about what she should do next. Is that the goal here?
Yeah.
Okay. Before she heads in, Pyat Pree gives her a glass with the blue liquid Shade of the Evening, the drink of the warlocks. He tells her it will help her see and hear better. I'm thinking she's going to be tripping on hallucinogens.
6 psychedelics, yo.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems that way. So Danny drinks and goes in.
Oh, wait.
Oh, did I miss something? I'm sorry?
This freaking tiny dwarf that is holding the drinks. Who is this guy?
Oh, yeah, there's a dwarf there.
It's like shorter than her knees. So she's a small person.
Right.
And the way it's described makes him seem kind of like goblinish.
Oh.
And I just want to know more about him.
Huh.
Who is this guy? What is he?
I didn't give him much of a thought. I was just like,
like the way he's described made him look like rat features.
oh, what the fuck?
Like squished up face that comes to a point. I think. Being so freaking tiny.
Well,
like, what is this species?
I think he's a person. I just think
Tell me more.
there are some little people who have like, I mean, I don't know anything about it, so I'm just speaking out of my ass. So, but I think some little people have like different diseases or different versions of the disease that affects stature and other such things. So he maybe won't look like a typical dwarf, but I think he still just is one.
Yeah.
I think so.
I was thinking he was some magic creature. Another magical creature.
One of the goblins from Harry Potter.
Also has a lot of them.
Did you write down a description?
I did not. Nope. Okay,
I feel like,
chapter 10.
yeah, we've gone into this enough
me find
already that
this.
we should look it up.
Yeah, because I was pretty intrigued. No, it was pretty high too, and I read it and I was like, who is that?
Of course you were.
Of course.
The smallest
Pink eye.
dwarf Danny had ever seen was waiting on the threshold. He stood no higher than her knee. Wait, what? Is that a typo?
What page is this?
698. The smallest dwarf Danny had ever seen was waiting on the threshold. He stood no higher than her knee, his face pinched and pointed. I think that's a typo. It's supposed to be his face pinched and pointed. Snoutish, but he was dressed in delicate livery of purple and blue, and his tiny pink hands held a silver tray. Yeah, I think that's just his face.
Sure. Okay.
Some people have pinched faces. Some people have pointed faces.
This is true.
Indeed. Okay. So, before she heads in, Piapri gives her the glass, she drinks it, blah blah blah. Inside, she goes through room after room, always taking the door to her right. She hears and sees things as she goes through, doors rattling in their frames, some of them opening for her. In one room, she sees a naked woman with 4 little men crawling over her. She sees corpses, she sees a dead man on a throne with the head of a wolf wearing an iron crown and holding a leg of lamb.
A feast of corpses.
Wait, what?
The feast of corpses. It's a big feast, but everyone's dead. And sitting is on the throne is the man with the wolf's head.
Oh my fucking god. Spoiler alert. Is this
He's the future. That's the red wedding.
Oh my god.
Also, like the first vision of the great woman with the 4 little men. It's definitely her.
Oh.
With men who will always like try to like get a little bit of her power, a little bit of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Everything means something.
Yeah, so
Everything she sees.
there was so much that I couldn't write everything down, but I did write down the stuff that stood out to me. Okay, so the dead man on the throne with the head of a wolf. What do you think the leg of lamb he's holding is? Is that just the dinner? Or do you think that
like,
means something?
Dying in the middle of feasting, maybe.
Okay.
I don't really know what the leg of lamb is.
Yeah, it could just be that. Yeah, so that took me by surprise. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm not ready to see that yet.
Oh man.
But I recognized it right away.
Come in.
Fuck. Which book is that in? The next one?
I wonder if it is. I think it should be.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I'm not ready for that.
Right.
Oh god. Okay. Moving on. Danny sees the house with the red door in Bravos that she grew up, and old Sir Willem inviting her in. But she runs away. Drogon is not really happy in this place, by the way. He keeps like struggling and moving around and making noises.
And screaming.
Yes.
I really love the description of his angry screams. Oh, cute.
Yeah, he does not like it here. Danny sees a stone hall with dragon skulls on the walls and containing a towering barbed throne. The Iron Throne, clearly. An old man sits on it, saying to a man below him, "Let him be king over charred bones and cooked meat. Let him be the king of ashes." So who do you think this is?
I think that might be the Mad King, eh?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. King Aerys, Danny's father. But who would he be speaking to?
I don't know. Can you read it again? Can you tell? Did you have these pages? Because I freaking didn't write down the pages. I want to read it all.
I didn't write down the pages either, but he says to the guy, "Let him be king over charred bones and cooked meat. Let him be the king of ashes." Is he talking about Robert? No. Who would he be talking? Who else was trying to take Aerys' throne other than Robert?
I wonder.
Right?
I don't know.
Maybe he's suggesting, like, that he will destroy the kingdom before he lets Robert take it.
Maybe.
Because that's kind of what it sounds like to me. Let him be king over charred bones and cooked meat. Let him be the king of ashes.
Yeah.
But why is this significant?
Oh no. Maybe she's possibly. I don't.
Oh, maybe it's some more foreshadowing.
Ooh. Could be.
In another area, Danny sees a man who reminds her of Viserys, but slightly different. Rhaegar, obviously. Her other brother, who she never met. He speaks to a woman nursing a newborn babe. "Aegon, what better name for a king?" is what he says to her. So, I'm gonna have to bleep a lot of this shit out. But is this
Possibly.
OMG? The woman asks if the man will sing a song for his new son, and the man says he already has a song. The babe is the prince that was promised, and his is the song of ice and fire. Yeah, it's definitely. Because ice for fire for Rhaegar.
Yeah. Destiny.
Yeah, so a song of ice and fire.
Oh
Bruh.
goodness.
So if this is, which I'm convinced it is, this whole series is story.
My goodness.
Are you seeing this shit?
Like, I know from stuff that I've been watching that goes deep into the lore. And this whole thing is that Rhaegar was aware of the Whites coming. And Azai Ahai, or whatever it is, Azar Ahai, what is the fated savior. So the Song of Ice and Fire is about Azar Ahai and the Walkers.
Ah. Okay, so the ice and fire has already multiple meanings. That is so cool.
It is.
I love
It's pretty
this.
To think of the, like the and the Targaryens, Azar Ahai and the Walkers. Like there's so much. It's
How
pretty dope.
how am I gonna edit this?
I don't know. You're gonna get so much off.
Fuck, I need to edit in a way where like the people who know what's going on will understand what we're saying, but the people who don't know what's going on will not understand.
Like, yeah. Song of Ice and Fire.
Bruh! That's what the whole series is called.
It is.
That's so cool.
Right? So that's why I'm like freaking write more. I wanna know.
Yeah, shit, man.
Finish this Destiny. This
Yeah.
series is about Destiny.
Well, we know he's been working on it in quarantine, so that's super exciting.
Woo!
Hopefully he's making
Whoa.
some progress.
Hot shit.
Hot shit.
Thanks a lot, George. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I wonder I wonder where he is right now. Like in his right, has he finished the whole thing and he's just editing, or is he still like in the first draft?
Yeah, I feel like he's the type of person who takes forever to finish because it keeps going back and changing things, back and going back and changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I can guarantee you, he goes through like hundreds of drafts for one book. Hundreds.
Yeah.
Whew. And I mean, a lot of books have to go through like so many drafts, but these ones are just, they're so controlled, the narrative, and it has to be so perfect. Like, you can't miss anything or you're gonna fuck it up. You're gonna fuck up everything. Because there's so much intertwining, and it's like so many characters that you have to be mindful of.
Absolutely. I think there was a book that was supposed to be 5 years after the last one, and he was writing it, and then like partway through, he's like, you know what? No, and he went back and changed it all.
What?
Yeah.
I believe that though.
Because he like realized that he got stuck somewhere. It's like, this is not going to make sense.
Oh, I've done that so many times. Not to this scale, but like trying to write something and then you just realize that there's so many different things that you have to consider before you can like start writing this thing, and I'm like, fuck. I can't write this. Like, I've had moments where I'm the type of writer who I have to write a story from beginning to end. I can't like write different scenes and then kind of cram them together later, which is something that J.K. Rowling does. She writes different scenes and then puts them together later. And she'll like jump back and forth. But I have to write from beginning to end.
Oh yeah?
But I tried once to do what she does, and I will like try to write one of the end scenes that I knew was coming from one of my stories. But as I was writing it, I was like, I don't know any of the context of what they've been through. So how the fuck am I going to write this in like
maybe like change it a little bit to update, but have the idea written down and put away.
Yeah.
And then come back to it once you get to the part and then change it so that they have their
that context and shit, yeah. But it was like, it felt like such a waste to write it, like a waste of time, because without all this context, it could completely change everything that happens.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who they've met in the story. I don't know what they've done. I don't know if they've hurt these people. I don't know if they've saved other people. Like, you know?
Yeah.
It's just so many things. I don't get how writers can do that. And I think it's incredible if you can, and you like already have every exact thing you know that's gonna happen, so you can just write that scene and know. But, god damn. Anyway. Okay, so the man who is speaking to his not wife, but fuck. The man who is speaking to the woman nursing the newborn babe, after he says that this boy's song is the Song of Ice and Fire, he says that there must be one more. The dragon has 3 heads. What the fuck does
and then
this
he
mean?
looks at Danny.
Yeah, he does.
Straight up looks at Danny.
Okay, so what does this mean?
This baby is a head. Who is the third?
The baby has a head? Danny is a head?
Yeah.
So there's a third Targaryen?
Yeah, there's a third.
Okay. Are we supposed to know who this is?
I don't think so.
Do you know who it is?
Later. Yeah, but we'll find out later. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Oh, so I don't know who it is. Or should I know who it is? From watching the show, should I know who it is?
It's not in the show. No.
It's not in the show.
The character is completely obliterated from the show.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, that's exciting.
It is.
Another Targaryen.
Woo woo.
Okay. Well, we know there's one more in the Night's Watch, but I don't think he's the one. I don't think he's the third head. Anyway. At one point, Danny ends up in a chamber where, across the way, a door is open. Pyat Pri stands there outside in the grass and seems surprised the Undying are done with her. She's like, I haven't even found them yet. And He says he will lead her to them and invites her to follow him. But she notices there is a door to her right. The warlock tells her that's not the way, but Dani goes through it anyway. Nice. She does not fall to temptation.
Nope.
She enters a great hall filled with wizards who are beautiful and dressed elaborately. They tell her she has passed every trial and they have knowledge to share with her. Drogon then leaps off Dani's shoulder and flies up into the rafters where he starts biting at the wood.
The door.
Huh?
She's in a hall with doors that opens into a huge chamber with these guys, right? So he's biting on the wood of the door.
Oh, I thought he was up in the rafters, like in the ceiling.
Pretty sure he was like poking around the door, which made her think, oh, what's behind here?
Yeah, so she is doubtful. So she moves the great door that she came in through and sees another one behind it, which is to her right. So she goes through it and enters another chamber. This one is much gloomier, containing a long stone table above which floats a beating human heart, swollen and blue with corruption.
Sick.
Yep. There are
bad way.
Yeah. I love how we have to clarify now when we say sick. By the way, I sipped my tea and spilled all over myself.
Goodness.
Luckily, it's not hot anymore. Anyway, there are figures around the table that are no more than blue shadows. They speak in echoing voices, calling her Mother of Dragons. Dani introduces herself and asks for their counsel. They whisper, calling her a child of 3, which she doesn't understand. So...
The 3 heads of the dragon?
Yeah, that has to be related to what Rhaegar was saying.
Yeah.
That there must be 3.
They also have destiny. Big destiny, yo.
Big destiny. Dani... And there's no way I could guess who this other person is there?
Mm-mm.
No? Fuck. Well, that's no fun. I wish there was a way to guess.
Right, but if the character doesn't exist in the show, you're not gonna know.
But also, I feel like in a story, if you're setting something up, there should be a way to guess. Like, I don't like the...
Something you will see later on, and you'll like go back and be like, oh,
okay, that's cool. I like that.
Because
yeah, sorry.
That little thing with Rhaegar and the lady.
Yeah.
Remember it.
Okay, I will. Damn. Yeah, but there are some stories where, not this one, but there are some stories where there's like a twist at the end, which is like so shocking or whatever, but then it's like you go back and either read through the whole thing or like watch the whole movie again, you're like, there's no way that we ever could have guessed that. And I think that's bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
If you can't guess it, then it's not a good, like, twist.
George.
But no, I'm not saying this is, because if it's later on, if you see it and then it doesn't just spell it out for you, but you can be like, oh, is this that? Oh, is this that? Then I think that's cool.
Yeah, it'll be that.
Okay.
You'll recognize it.
Okay.
You'll see it.
Alright, so they tell her she must light 3 fires. 1 for life, 1 for death, and 1 to love.
Ooh, you want to read like the whole thing they tell her?
Oh, you want me to?
Yes.
Alright.
It has a lot of info.
This is true. Okay, I'll find it. 1 sec. Fuck, my bookmark's falling out. No!
No bookmark.
That's the problem with this metal bookmark. It just like slides right out. Okay. The shape of shadows. Morrows not yet made. Drink from the cup of ice. Oh. Drink from the cup of fire. Oh.
Oh.
Mother of dragons, child of 3. 3 heads has the dragon. Mother of dragons, child of storm. Okay, we already know what that means. 3 fires must you light. 1 for life, and 1 for death, and 1 to love. 3 mounts you must ride. 1 to bed, and 1 to dread, and 1 to love. 3 treasons will you know. Once for blood, and once for gold, and once for love. Wow, love in each one of these. Yeah, so she's like super confused.
Goodness.
Is that the whole thing, or was there more?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but the fires. That's a lot of shit. Three
Uh,
fires
okay.
that she has to light. Continue.
All right. So that's what they say to her.
Mhm.
Yeah, she doesn't understand any of it. She asks them to help her, show her, and so they kind of do. Suddenly she's seeing visions. She sees visions of Viserys screaming from the molten gold. Okay, so would that be one of the fires? Or one of the...
3 fires you must light. 1 for life, 1 for death, and 1 to love. Viserys might be one of those.
Yeah, so his would be for life?
I
Yeah.
would think that one would be Miri Maz, the trading her life for, or maybe her
Oh,
baby's life. Maybe Miri Maz and her baby and all that traded for the dragons.
right. Okay.
Drogo, Miri Maz, and her child.
So what would this one with Viserys be?
One.
Would that be one of the treasons? Once for gold? No.
Mm,
Okay, let's
I
go
think
through these other
maybe-
ones.
okay.
Maybe we'll come back. We'll come back to
We'll
Viserys.
come back to
Okay.
that.
She sees a tall lord with copper skin and silver gold hair beneath the banner of a fiery stallion. So this is Rhaego, her son,
Mhm.
who died.
If he would have made it.
If he would have made it, yeah. So what would this one be? This would be the one for...
I think it's still life. Because she traded him for the dragons.
Right,
Like,
true.
unintentionally, but
True.
his life brought the dragons.
Yes. Okay, and she sees rubies falling from the chest of a dying prince as he falls to his knees in the water and says a woman's name. So, Rhaegar
Yeah. I don't
saying
think Rhaegar is.
his name, but
Possibly.
oh, I'm like 100% sure.
I don't think he's one of the fires.
Oh, then why is she seeing it?
He happened way in the past. Maybe
Yeah.
she's just seeing a bunch of...
Huh.
Is he?
Jesus. Oh, jeez.
Goodness.
It has to be one of them if she's seeing it in context with all these other ones.
I wonder.
She has several more visions of dragons and corpses and things from her past like Miri Mazder and the naked man that Dany dragged behind her horse and the white lion that Drogo killed. She also sees 10,000 slaves calling her mother as she races past on her silver.
Misa.
Misa, is that what they call her?
Yeah. In the show. Misa's mother.
Okay, so I need to know what these mean.
Okay. So I'm looking at 3 fires you must light. 1 for life, 1 for death, and 1 to love.
Okay, so lighting
We
the
know one of
fires,
them.
I feel like Viserys has to be one of the fires because he was killed with like
1 for death?
fire, right?
Yeah.
But was
He
his
was.
death for death? I guess she just needed him out of the picture.
She did. He was dangerous.
Yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense.
1 to love. Maybe
Uh,
we'll meet this one another 'Cause later.
Yeah, I think you're right about the one for life being Rhaego.
Mm-hmm.
And one to love. Yeah, maybe this one hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 mounts must you ride. 1 to
Oh,
bed, 1 to dread.
unless that one is the Rhaegar one.
1 to love?
But she didn't like that,
She didn't like that.
which is
no.
confusing to me. But then why is she seeing Rhaegar? Because I could see him doing it for love, right? Because he, dies saying a woman's name.
I think there's probably destiny in there too. And Rhaegar is a part of that.
Yeah.
That's probably why she sees him like, you gotta see.
So much to think about.
I know the one to dread, that's Drogon.
The
'Cause-
Mount to Dread?
What's the black dragon's name? The one from the very beginning.
Oh.
Starts with a B, I think. The big one.
Bugaboo.
big one.
Bugaboo,
one.
the Dread.
Baelor? No.
No.
Aegon Targaryen. Dragon. Valyrian, the Black Dread.
Oh.
And didn't they say like her like servant girls that Drogon was the reincarnation of
Oh,
him?
yeah. 3 mounts.
3 mounts you must
That
ride.
that
one
makes
to
sense
bed.
because she's riding her dragon.
One
One
to
to
bed. So someone she's gonna bed for the sake of bedding. Then someone
To love.
she's gonna love.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
3 reasons you will know.
Once for
One
blood,
for blood.
once for gold, and once for love.
Oh, the last one. Oh gosh,
Ooh.
it is in the books too. I think all these loved ones are one person.
Oh. Wait.
Ooh.
What?
Wait.
Wait, I was thinking
3
of-
fires must be light. 1 to love. Now I'm thinking.
Wait. I think, is one of the treasons Jorah?
I think so. Maybe gold.
His is gold, yeah.
Mhm.
Or is it? No, because he's not doing it for gold. He's doing it to get
For his
back
freedom.
for freedom.
Yeah.
Maybe his
One
is
for
love?
blood?
No.
No.
Who are
I
you
would put him
thinking?
in gold.
Who do you think the loved ones are? Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I'm not like...
Like he's definitely all of them.
Yeah.
Treason, 1 for love.
Okay, yeah.
Uh, one for
the
blood.
mounts to ride, yeah, that makes sense. The treasons, that makes sense. The fire, though?
Ooh, for blood. I wonder if that's Miri Maz
Oh.
when she promises to bring to heal Drogo, and she needs like the blood and stuff, and she takes Rhaego.
Huh. Oh my gosh, there's so much. I just...
So much to contemplate.
I know, and I'm not even done the chapter yet. Okay, maybe let's finish and then we can keep delving into it if we want to. Okay,
move this back.
so she sees, Miri Maz, the naked man, Dragonbound on the horse, the white lion, and 10,000 slaves. And then huge black wings flap around her head. And the visions are gone. So I don't know if that was a vision of Drogon as an adult or if that was actual Drogon just fluttering over her.
I think it was Drogo trying to wake her up.
Drogon.
Drogon, sorry. I keep thinking of Drogon.
Okay, yeah. So he, flaps around her face and the visions are gone. The Undying are around Dany, grabbing at her. Then there's fire, and the dragon above her burns and attacks the Undying. Dany flees, calling Drogon, who flies to her through the fire. Did Drogon cause the fire? Did he breathe fire?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
little
burning.
baby! He can breathe fire?
Not to my mama.
I didn't know he could breathe fire yet.
I think they were breathing little embers or flames. Like lighter style.
So this is first time actually breathing fire, I think. Okay, so Dany makes it outside where Pyat Pri is speaking in tongues and hopping from one foot to the other. When he sees her, he curses and comes at her with a knife, but Drogon flies in his face and Drogo cracks Pyat Pri with his whip. Jorah kneels next to Dany and holds her. And that's it. That chapter was a trip and a half. Damn.
It was. That was a good chapter. So much in there.
Yeah, so much to unpack.
It's freaking dance.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I have the brain power to figure this shit out right now.
Right. We'll probably just keep it in our heads.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll figure it out as the books go on.
I feel like, yeah, we're gonna
Every
have to...
time we think something happens, we'll bring each other back.
We'll come back to this. We'll call... What should we call this chapter? When we refer to it.
House of the Undying, reading? What is it called when someone, reads your fortune? It's reading your fortune? House of the Undying fortune. 3 fires you must light, 3 mounts you must ride.
Okay, yeah,
3
we can
treasons
we
you'll
can just
know.
call it Dany's fortune.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so I feel like we're gonna be me anyway. I'm gonna be like, ooh, is this Dany's fortune? Ooh, is this Dany's fortune? For every single thing.
Could very much be.
Well, that was a fun chapter. Very
Yeah.
exciting. Anyway, yeah, we should probably end it here. We've been going for an hour and a half. And we have to get on a call with Eric soon.
And I have to pee so bad.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for listening. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at Tigbab Podcast, or you can follow us separately. My handle is Crimby, Jess's is just.egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search Tigbab Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we should pop up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Baram Barami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle that you heard at the start of this episode, and he's really dope and makes cool stuff, so give him a like and a subscribe. Also, you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Tea is Good, Books Are Better. We have a few different tiers on there with fun rewards, so if you contribute, you will get something in return. You will also be helping us out immensely, and we'd be
that
very
is
appreciative. But we
Danny's
also
fortune.
just appreciate
Ooh,
you
that
listening.
was
And please don't forget to share the podcast
there's
with
so
your family
much
and
to
your friends.
think about.
Ooh, go home and think about it. Ooh.
Goodness. Sorry.
Okay, we're actually done this time.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Thanks for listening.